Yo, we're getting right into this. I am very bullish on the day just because, yes, we've already swept out daily lows. If you look on the daily time frame right here, daily lows were swept the other day. Why do we need to go lower? I'm feeling like we go higher. And on top of that, we're potentially getting a 5 minute SMT in the next. Hold up. Let me make sure everything is set so I don't fuck my own shit up. There we go. All right. Well, we just got ourselves a 5 minute SMT. I'm going to look for potentially a 2 minute or 1 minute break structure. There's currently no opportunity for that. I gotta say, that would have been really nice. Over here on the 5 minute, we swept out sell side liquidity. We had a 1 minute order block coming in the market open. We swept out buy side liquidity. We made a 1 minute order block in a 5 minute fair value gap, just tapping in between the two. Filled this one completely on the 5 minute. If you can't tell, and then it pushes higher to go into this order cock, and then we're going now. We inverse this 5 minute gap. So we have buy side liquidity sweep, 5 minute inverse. I'm already expecting though this to go sell side at this point, but there's no just for the sell side liquidity off the fact that we've already swept out this sell side liquidity on Nasdaq. So we're going to see exactly what we get on this. Um, hmm. SMT is no longer there. I have a feeling that ES is wanting to sweep these out. So I'm getting on no entries, no nothing to go sell side, but I'm expecting us, like I said, to go buy side. On top of that, what do we have some stopping us from going lower is this big 1 hour imbalance. We've already tapped into. Maybe we want to come in, fill orders within it. Maybe we have a bunch of lows within this, but we're going to see. Like I said, I'd like to see what we do on ES currently. Looking at Nasdaq though, we have 3 minutes. News came out. We had 7:30 unemployment claims, which wasn't nothing crazy, and then we just had ISM services PMI, which is came out greater than forecast, which is good for currency, which I think is going to push us bullish for the day. Which is why I feel like we're sweeping the sell side to then ideally give us a reversal setup to go higher. Because I seriously, like I said, I don't think there's a reason we do need to go all the way for these lows. I feel like we want to go all the way up. Not today, but we're going for these highs and potentially this 4 hour gap is where I could be having my targeted take profits. As right now, since ES hasn't swept, I mean, we still have that lower high, and Nasdaq gave us a lower low. So I mean, if this how this 5 minute closes still could potentially give us this SMT, but which I'll take. But I also would like my reversal setup where I have my liquidity sweep 5 minute inverse or break of structure and a retracement into a continuation confluence, and then a 1 minute break of structure out of that, maybe equilibrium tied on top of that. One thing I've been getting going deeper on too, just for a little recap, is not giving a fuck about money and more focusing literally on. I'm not even looking at my P&L for like the next 2 months, 3 months. I'm just going to be completely focusing on taking at least 4 quality setups each month. August was a rough month. September, I think, is. I mean, you should have saw. I didn't trade the other day. I would think it was Tuesday, but we ended up getting like I saw a 1 to 3 that was a setup and a 1 to 9. I was driving, of course. I'm not taking that shit, and then I was also putting in a deck. So I saw that 1 to 9. I just marked it up on my paper trading, and I was like, wow, fucking crazy. It was like a fucking 1 hour sweep, 5 minute SMT at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., which is later in the day for AM session. 5 minute SMT, 2 minute break of structure, and that shit ran for a 1 to 9, which is ridiculous. In the next 50 seconds, we could be potentially in inbounds right here. We could inverse. I'd still consider this was a low made at 2 a.m. This was a low made at 2 a.m. And then the other low below it was over here. These are Asia session lows, I believe. That's London session lows right here in Asia. Yep. So Nasdaq has swept out London and Asian session lows. ES has not even fucking tapped it. So potentially if I'm at S&T in the next 20 seconds on that. And potentially in the next 20 seconds, we're going to get a imbalance right here, 5-minute imbalance on NASDAQ. Bearish imbalance. We'll see with what it does. It's looking like ES wants to sweep it though. I don't mind that. I would like it. I prefer it to sweep. I'm definitely feeling buy side. I'm not going to marry my bias. Maybe we get continuation confluences to go lower, but I feel like we would want to be going buy side for the day. Boom, 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 boom. Or not, Just mark this up just in case. My SMT. Could just make a lower low and sweep it out. Like I said, we have this imbalance here, potential. NASDAQ, if we're looking at NASDAQ, we swept buy side, sell side liquidity. We swept buy side liquidity, pushes lower, swept sell side liquidity. We could begin a 5-minute retrace on here. If we look at equilibrium, take it from this high to this low. Yeah, we could begin equilibrium to 5-minute retrace. 1-minute breaker structure out of there to go lower. That is potentially the move. Oh, we also could be getting an inverse on this to push us higher and then a retrace. I want to be looking on the let's stay on the 5-minute on NASDAQ. And here, we do have this 5-minute gap, which, like I said, we could begin this SMT to go fill this gap, which is something to be very aware of. Let's go to the 2-minute. 2-minute breaker structure point wouldn't be till right here. We could break past that. Shit. Let's just even mark that up. We broke past that. Stops at the lows. We could target up to this high for 1 to 1.75. We could target all the way up to here for 1 to 2, or up to here for 1 to 2, almost 1 to 3, around this range, or even all the way up higher. But we will see. Like I said, it's going to really depend. This is going to be very tricky right here. So 6459.50, 6459.50. But like I said, we could be getting a retracement of this. If this inverses this gap, I'm fairly confident that this is going to play out if we inverse this gap on the 5-minute on NASDAQ. But ES could just fucking be retracing into this, but we did get that SMT. Like I said, so 6459.50. We're going to see with what it wants to give us. Potentially a 2-minute break. But like I said, are we in equilibrium to go? We're about to be. It's risky here taking this setup, but I feel like it's what market is wanting to do. Is we're wanting to go buy side. This 2 minutes go to break in the next 40 seconds. I have everything calculated. It's just making sure we're making the right decision. And maybe I am wrong on this SMT, but because like I said, we could just respect this 5-minute gap, and this could be our continuation on top of equilibrium. We could begin a 1-minute breaker structure out of that. So we're going to see 20 seconds on the 2-minute close, 1 minute and 15 seconds on the 5-minute on NASDAQ. 13, 12. It's not looking like it wants to give us that 2-minute breaker structure. We could be going lower here. 100%. Yeah, and like I said, look at that. It's pushing right out of there. Wow. All right, well, we did not break structure. Let's go here. We're going to go to the 1 minute. Because we, like I said, sell side liquidity sweep, 5-minute retracement on top of equilibrium, 1-minute breaker structure out of that. Let's go short position. Where would our breaker structure be? I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like we want to be going sell side. do have a lot of stuff in between here that we could be coming into. Draw horizontal line. A lot of imbalances between here and this horizontal line. Don't like the risk reward on that gap, that 5-minute gap, that 5-minute gap. I don't like any of these risk rewards on this setup if it gives us that break of structure. But you know, this could be playing out, which would suck, but we'll see. Yeah, it would already have given me a shit risk to reward, so I'm glad I didn't take that, but we are targeting. So, something to note now, could just be wanting to go sweep sell side. This SMT is now completely invalidated, so we can get rid of that, because we now swept sell side liquidity. We do now have that 5-minute imbalance that we filled in. To go lower, get rid of, we'll keep that on for right now. We're going to go to the 5-minute on NASDAQ, and we could be getting a sell side liquidity retrace into this to push us higher now. So I'm going to be marking these out currently. Or is that's probably just a 15-minute gap. Let me just do that. Hold up. Fucking am being slow brained. Yep, just like that. We are filling orders within this 15-minute gap. It's a 15-minute. South side liquidity, 5-minute retrace in equilibrium to fill in orders within this 15-minute. I don't think we want to go all the way down for this sell side, but like I said, my bias could be completely wrong today. Even if I did get it in on that trade on NASDAQ you saw with that break of structure right there, I mean, the risk reward, the entry would have been fucking shit with my stop all the way up here. Like, fuck no. It's just was not a valid setup to take. But, like I said, we have that 15-minute gap that we're in currently, which could be giving us something off of that. Completely filled in orders on this 5 minutes. So if we come back up, there's no reason we're retracing into it. We're gonna fucking disrespect it. This one though, I mean, orders were halfway filled. Yeah, I feel like we want to go lower now, but not to go all the way down here. There's no fucking way. Move this over a little so I can see the bigger picture on here. 2-minute break structure point. So we'd end up getting a sell side liquidity sweep. If we're talking NASDAQ, just for potential opportunities we can go to, we ended up getting a sell side liquidity sweep, a 15-minute retracement, and we could be getting a 2-minute break of structure or 2-minute inverse for value gap off of that. Retrace, break of structure. I mean, I could enter in for longs. But that's the thing too, is now we have all this fucking low resistance liquidity just to take out right here. All this trendline liquidity throughout this. Which, if you're curious about, I could just take that from here to that, just all that right here, this whole range we could be taking out. Ideally, that would be nice, but I'd like to see a 2-minute inverse in the next 18 seconds on this gap right here. Holy colors on my chart. Sometimes I wonder if it's too much. But if we can get a 2-minute inverse, retracement, and a break of structure, I mean, stops here, or maybe have a closer stop loss. But I'm fucking thinking entering a long position around here. Like I said, stops could be down here. Target up to these highs, you know. We didn't get that 2-minute inverse, which fucking sucks. I don't think there's anything to break structure on the 5-minute because this is just consolidation through this range. Or we could be getting a 5-minute inverse here and then wait for our retracement, but I don't know if it's pushing higher right here. It's like it's either for ES to fill more orders within this 5-minute to push us lower, or it's like we were wanting to inverse these gaps because NASDAQ already completely filled this in. So that's what I'm really questioning on this. In the next 50 seconds, we could potentially be getting an inverse. And with that, we'll have a fair value gap too, maybe for a retracement for a nice break of structure on that. It's a lot going on right now. I feel like I have pretty good conviction and clarity though currently on what price is considering to do. Next 20 seconds, but we might be seeing that 2-minute inverse. If we get that 2-minute inverse, I'm pretty happy. And then maybe just a retrace, not even to this, but a retrace. But if we could retrace into this 2-minute gap as well and give ourselves a 1-minute break of structure out of that, I mean, I'm bullish. I'm as bullish as one could be. That we inversed it. There we go, down, nice little down candle. We got that 2-minute gap right there. I can put my stops around there or below there. But I want to see a 1-minute break of structure or a 2-minute break of structure and then inversing on that 5-minute. But like I said, ES could just be retracing this 5-minute to then give us a 1-minute or 2-minute break of structure. So we're going to be watching that. We do have a 2-minute gap. See what it might want to do with that 2-minute bullish or value gap. All right. Internet's disconnected me. There we go. Break of structure point would be right up here. Oh, wow. Okay. Stop loss 23,432.25. Stop loss of 23,432.25. Okay, what the fuck is going on with that? Wow, look at that. That's just going to rip. And my internet's completely disconnected me. That's crazy. Well, that just gave us the break of structure. This is going buy side as fuck. I seriously believe. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, that's chopped. That's chopped as fuck. 23,442.75. Bro, this is crazy, bro. The internet is nuts right now. This 23,442.75. Wow, this is fucking terrible. and it's just going to, why is it saying negative? Why is it like, what's going on with this? It's a market order. Concentrating the paper train is not possible at the moment due to the market data not being provided. Wow. So I can't calculate anything, can I? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, we're going to be looking at fuck NASDAQ apparently. We're going to be looking at here. Wow, that was crazy. And this is going, what did I say? I couldn't mark up my setup or get my contracts going because of what the fuck was that bullshit? 5-minute inverse. Well, I'm still marking up that setup because that's fucking bullshit. No. Like I said, we had the 5-minute break structure right up there. And displacement on that. I mean, target, like I said, target up to these highs. That's still 1 to 1.63. That sucks. Well, I don't want to get in now. If it's giving me the opportunity, no, it's not. Why is it doing that shit? That's crazy. All right, well, can't do nothing about it. We had a 5-minute inverse. That is fucking annoying, bro. Well, I'm gonna just, what do I even do on that? I could wait for a retrace and just enter in for like 10, 15 contracts, move the stop loss. It's gonna be very tricky, but we're going to, I'm gonna have to change a couple things. Turn that to the dollar, change that to activity trading. We did get the 5-minute, oh my gosh. Could get a retrace into this and then I could target. And then here too, we're getting potentially this 1-minute retracement. That's so annoying, bro. Tap into it, give us some bullish confluence out of that. I'm gonna set my long position. If we tap into that, stops right around here. Target up to here. There we go. All right. Stops at 6462.75. 6462.75. Well, like, why is it doing that? It's not letting me calculate anything. Well, we're going in for Sun MES. We'll see, because this is a 5-minute gap, is it not? It is a 5-minute gap we're retracing into. That's annoying, bro. I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy about that because I've never seen that happen to me. I don't know what the fuck just was going on, or just out of nowhere, it's just every time I'd enter my stop loss. Is it the ticks? Like, I don't. 23, 4, 4, 2, 0.75. Now it wants to work? Are you kidding me? Well, we're going in here. We're going to buy.
Order filled.
1 minute. And that's just terrible. Bro, this internet's terrible, bro. I don't even know what to say. I cannot see anything. It was at 6462.75. 761. Hold on. Well, this is annoying, bro, because then I de-risked on this setup. I'm in on ES right now. We're literally right around here. I'm targeting up to this high up here. Um, that's crazy, man. All right, well, let's at least play it smart. Because this could have been giving me the trade on NASDAQ, and I honestly like NASDAQ setup way more, especially if we wanted to target it all the way. Like, dude, we could be going all the way up here. That's a 1 to 3. Like, NASDAQ could be giving insane entry. And over on ES currently, it's like giving a 1 to 1.5. But, we're going to see with that. And we're pushing. You guys might hear an order filled here in a second. That's crazy, bro. I still like the entry. It was on a continuation, but I seriously think this is getting smacked in here in a second. I don't deny it. Or go to mark out my long position. Long position. Fucking stressful last morning with the bullshit NASDAQ beyond. I don't get it. That sucks though. I mean, damn. If I could have calculated that more properly, I mean, this could be a really solid setup, but it is what it is. Live and you learn. And I'm not really worried by the dollar amount at the end of the day. It's like it's not my proper risk. It's like I fucking de-risked on this setup. If I still hit this trade, I'm done for the day. Because I mean, 1% of people fucking predict these markets correctly. So it's like, when you make it and you take a W, like fucking protect those profits. 6476.50. That's where that's at. It's getting pretty close to my take profit point. Nasdaq, dude, just Nasdaq's entry looks so much nicer. With that, if you get that break of structure, well, like we said, right around here, and you target it up to here, and all this, what did I say? And all this trend line liquidity when we were right there, I'm literally marked that up from up to here, all the way down to there, and we just have been sweeping it out. It's just wanting to continue that sweep is what I want to see. We have a 5-minute imbalance. We go on. If we go here, we have a 5-minute imbalance potentially right there that could be giving us something. We're going to maybe a complete reversal, which would be crazy. No, we kind of just relax. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, like I said, the confluences for this setup on ES was a sell side liquidity sweep. We ended up getting a 5-minute inverse, retracing the 5-minute, and we ended up getting a 1-minute break of structure. I mean, this could have been an entry right up here too. I like it so far. I think it's a solid setup, and we invalidated this 1-minute order cock that was in the beginning of the market. Like I said, I feel like it should just go and smack my TP. Fucking be done for the day. journal this, understand the process of what was going on. I don't know what the fuck was going on with my ticks because, like I said, it's doing it again. It's over here. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Because I just use TradingView to calculate how many contracts I need to enter in on when it comes to Top Step X. But we'll see. I wasn't going to even record this session, but once I saw the opportunity for a pretty great setup, I was like, well, this could be a great learning lesson. I want to get this live. And we're getting it live. I wonder what... I'm going to go on Instagram in a second here to see if TJR took anything. And just text my buddy. Ask him what the fuck was going on with TradingView. I mean, that's insane. And it's like they're like, yeah, you're not entering. You're not. You're at. They're about a full port. You're by. It's like you're going to enter in if you really want this trade. We're not going to tell you how many contracts you need to. You're going to either de-risk or you're going to be fucking over leveraging. And I'm fucking good on both of those. But I don't know, I'm fairly confident in this fucking setup, and my conviction is pretty strong on what we're going to see. It's just needing to see that order filled. Yeah, TJR took a trade 12 minutes ago, another green day. And that fucker probably got in like way down here. Insane. Another green day. Best broker, he's up 28,000, 43K on the week. 2 trades so far this month, looking pretty good. Yeah, the month is looking really nice. If I take a loss today, I'm not going to be like, well, price action sucks. Like, no, price action is pretty solid. But you guys are potentially about to hear that order filled. You know what that means, either good or bad. It's shit's good. I will... Order filled. We're done for the day, baby. Nice. Maybe I could have held longer. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw it up here. Shit tapped. I could have maybe held longer to go up to here. Which, yeah, that would have been nice, but... And it's looking like it's wanting to tap that. It's all good, though. I mean, I felt very good conviction on the day coming into it. And it's just what the bias I wanted to see. And it just took a while for the market to play out with that bias. But it did. And, I mean, we caught a solid setup. I took this trade right here, but I didn't move my stops up. Once I entered, oh, let's put this back. I did move my stops up to, let me look, 6.4, 6.7, 6.8. All right, that's cringe. Where was it? It was, I think, right here. I moved my stops up to there once we got that retrace because it was just a better. And I mean, this would have been a 1 to 8 if I originally had my stop loss there, which is fucking ridiculous. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I tapped into that. This trade, I mean, for me, it would have ran for like a 1 to 4, 1 to 3. But we'll take it. I'll post my execution. Lockout daily trade limit. All right, hey, and I set my thing now, so I only could take 1 trade a day. If I take, and that's make sure I need to actually execute and take quality setups and not entering it on the wrong pair. And now it locks me out for the next 7 hours of the day, so I cannot take anything else. Just to hold myself accountable with good discipline and psychology. And I mean, I'm happy with what we saw today. Just to even go over the psychology standpoint, we can go to our refinement system. Did I follow my plan today? A plus setup, or was it B? I thought we had the sell side liquidity sweep. We had a 5-minute inverse for value gap. If you want to look at this, sell side liquidity sweep, 5-minute inverse, another 5-minute inverse right here, a retrace into this 5-minute, and then a 1-minute breaker structure out of that. I mean, I was very happy with the setup. One emotion got in the way. Not fear of loss, but I was more like, what the fuck? It wasn't going to let me in, and I had FOMO because I didn't want to miss out on a quality setup. Did I hesitate, force it, revenge trade, or avoid a valid setup? I'd say I got in maybe a little early before we got the breaker structure. I entered in on the retracement into that 5-minute gap. which was right here. I entered in on that retracement right around here before we got it. But it followed my bias, and I was liking the confluences we were seeing, especially with how Nasdaq was playing out. And Nasdaq's, I mean, this setup is looking fucking beautiful on Nasdaq. Let's go to the 1 minute and just looking very nice. Confidence today 9 out of 10. Until my shit started messing up, I felt very confident in what market could do. I didn't know exactly what it wanted to do, but just running through the what could potentially happen, that was big for me. And clarity, that's another part of that. That felt like a 9 to 10. That felt really good. Focus was great. I've had some of neuro mints today, if you can't tell, so I'm feeling really, really nice. Emotional control was pretty solid. Wasn't, other than maybe forcing that once Nasdaq wasn't allowing me to measure my contracts. Setup quality, I'd say it was an A setup. Trade execution, I executed fairly well, I'd say. And discipline was good. We were locked out. We're done for the fucking day. Weekly review, we don't got to go into that. But yeah, this shit hit, baby. Wow. So yeah, I mean, that was really my dude, we're done early today too, 9:41. It's fucking beautiful. I love September price action so far. I really fucking do. It's looking really nice and clean. I'm expecting, quarter 4 to be really nice for market. I mean, I started trading almost a year ago and getting into it and just watching my buddy trade quarter 4 in the beginning of it. And very quality setups. It's just sadly for me, once I started learning how to actually trade, it was summer price action, which apparently summer price action is usually dog shit. So it was harder. But I mean, if I could survive the summer price action and just like learn through all the fuck ups and the failures, I mean, I'm expecting quarter 4 for me if I just have good discipline. And if I can avoid making stupid ass mistakes, I am expecting it to be pretty solid. Like I said, 4 quality setups a month. This is my first quality ass fucking setup, and I'm taking it. And I took it. Just looking for 3 more of those this month. Sadly, we de-risked on this setup, and that's okay. Like I said, I'll figure out why the fuck it was doing this negative bullshit and not letting me calculate my contracts. But 4 or 5 quality setups a month, that's all I give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about what my P&L is at the end of the month. I saw Powell Trades talk about this, and he was saying how the moment he actually started making serious fucking money was when he literally just didn't look at his P&L for like 2-3 months, and little did he know as he was eligible for a payout in those 3 months. And look at that. This gap too, by the way, you guys are looking at is a big gap. I think it was a 1 hour gap. 30 minute. Damn, I marked that out earlier in the day. So we're rejecting out of this 30-minute gap now. If you can't tell, we're pushing a little lower off of that. Maybe just getting a short right at them. Fucking target all the way back down to this sell side. But no. I'm happy with what we got today. It's not even just about the win. Yeah, that makes me obviously feel a little bit better, but fuck that. It's like the setup was there, it was quality, and I was fairly confident. I mean, that's not too is Nasdaq isn't looking as beautiful, but we could just be doing retracing to something else. But yeah, coming into the day, I was bullish, like I said, because if we go on the daily time frame, I know I got a lot of stuff on my charts, but this right here, which was September, it was the 2nd of September, we swept out all these daily lows, right? We didn't sweep out these ones, but daily lows were swept. I was expecting us to go bullish, and I'm expecting us to continue going bullish, potentially up to here. For me personally, so I was like, okay, and I made that mistake yesterday. I took a trade yesterday, and I made a mistake. It was a quality setup. It's just my buddy pointed out to me, we already took out these daily lows, so why does price need to go lower for the day? And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And I factored that into today, and like I said, I was like, okay, well, we had these daily lows already get swept. I'm expecting us to probably go bullish, and the 4 hours bullish too. The 1 hour, the 4 hour was bullish as well. On top of that, the only issue was coming into market open. We swept out London session buy side right away, right? And we never got an entry point to go for when we swept out London session lows or Asia session lows. And I was like, oh, well, shit. We could get a continuation. Like I said, you can't marry your bias. Once we swept out Asian session lows and London session lows, we could have maybe got a continuation to go lower. So that's why you can't marry your bias. But, I mean, we ended up getting the reversal setup, which was what I was wanting. We never got the SMT, but we got the reversal setup. I mean, even on NASDAQ, sell side liquidity sweep, 5 minute SMT. 5 minute inverse for value gap. and we ended up getting a retrace, I believe, as well on top of that. My market's being all goofy. But yeah, very happy with the setup. Can't complain. We live, we learn, we move on. I'm going to go and watch Mastermind the rest of the day, eat my food, and I'm heading to the gym early. Just a beautiful, overall beautiful day. Price action looked really good. And it's just another thing I was happy with myself today is too was patience and just having patience in the market and not having to force anything. But yeah, we'll close out my Top Step X. I'll end this video and I'm going to get this posted on the YouTube for myself to look back on for past trades. Let's go.